Shalom, my friends, and welcome to From the Armory. Today, the book we are pulling from the Armory is this book here, Messages to Young People. Our objective here is to go to the Bible and the writings of Christian authors to search for words that we can use as weapons in the struggles of life. Today, I invite you to join me in reading the book Messages to Young People, chapter 13 on page 62. The chapter here is called Temptation, No Excuse for Sin. It is written, "There is not an impulse of our nature, not a faculty of the mind, or an inclination of the heart, but needs to be, moment by moment, under the control of the Spirit of God. There is not a blessing which God bestows upon man, nor a trial which he permits to befall him, but Satan both can and will seize upon it to tempt, to harass, and destroy the soul, if we give him the least advantage. The advantage that Satan has is something we give to him. He has no advantage over us unless we yield it to him. He can come upon us with all the armies of heaven, all the armies that formerly inhabited heaven, all the armies of devils, and come upon us full force. But nothing outside of us can taint or defile us unless what is within is first permitted to be tainted and defiled. We must first yield for any of his assails to bear fruit. For we can be victorious in every battle with the enemy. We have been given the authority, the power to tread over serpents and scorpions. Continuing, therefore, however, great one's spiritual light, however much he may enjoy the divine favor and blessing, he should walk humbly before the Lord, pleading in faith that God will direct every thought and control every impulse. We may have a fleeting thought that is uncomfortable, something that is undesirable, but we can by faith walk in confidence that God can control every thought, that he can control every impulse, that we just need to persevere and not be weary in well doing. Let us continue. All who profess godliness are under the most sacred obligation to guard the Spirit. We have an obligation here. We are also under an obligation to exercise self-control, under the greatest provocation. The burdens placed upon Moses are very great. Few men will ever be so severely tried as he was, yet this was not allowed to excuse his sin. God has made ample provision for his people, and if they rely upon his strength, they will never become the sport of circumstances. The strongest temptation cannot excuse sin. I will repeat that. The strongest temptation cannot excuse sin. However great the pressure brought to bear upon the soul, transgression is our own act. It is not in the power of earth or hell to compel anyone to do evil. Satan attacks us at our weak points, but we do not need to be overcome. However severe or unexpected the assault, God has provided help for us, and in his strength, we may conquer. It is written, "There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that which ye are able, but will with the temptation make also a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it." A brother recently just shared with me a quotation which the exact words escaped me, for it was just introduced to it, but it was explained to me once before this way, that whatever the devil desires to throw at you must first be handled by Christ. Anything that is too much is removed, and then it passes through to you. Only as much as you might handle, only as much as you are capable of overcoming. For it is written, "There is no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man." God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. He will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. This is a promise. This means that every single circumstance we are capable of victory through Christ and the power of God. This has been From the Armory. Shalom, my friends.